Hi guys, Demon Wolverine here, and you might be able to hear my fan. I'm sure you can see it. This is a new thing that I'm testing. We'll see how it goes. This is to help me be able to do this with the lights and everything and not die. I'll try to remove the fan as much as I can in post. We'll see what happens. It's an experiment. We're working on it. So, today, we're going to be talking about probably one of the most brought up and controversial topics that I know of in this fandom. Coming out as a furry. Yep, we're going there. So, what is coming out as a furry? I don't know. I'll be honest with you, because I never did it. I know the idea behind it, though. I understand the concept, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Why? Where? How? When is it appropriate? That's the scope of today. We're not going to be talking about how to tell your parents that you're a furry or the process behind coming out. We're going to be talking about who you come out to, why you should, why you shouldn't, and all that fun stuff. So, sit back, relax, and let's do this. So, the first thing we need to figure out is exactly why coming out as a furry is so, well, controversial. And, in my opinion, the biggest reason is because the furry fandom's a hobby, not a sexuality. It's not like being transgender. It's a hobby. And a lot of people who have to come out to family, friends, coworkers for things like being transgender or their sexuality, some find it insulting. The idea that someone who's interested in cartoons has to come out to people. And I can see their point. It is ridiculous. So, when is it appropriate is really the question. And to answer that, we need to start at where it's not appropriate at all. When, regardless of how you see the fandom, when is it not appropriate to make your furriness a big deal? And that can be made in a pretty simple list. Your parents, in most situations, do not need to be come out to as a furry. Though you can, someone's kind of a maybe. Friends. And again, there's a kind of a maybe here, like if you have a best friend or something like that, or a really close friend who you just want to share your life with. That's again a maybe. But the absolute no's are acquaintances, your coworkers, your boss, your teacher, your peers, your advisor at school. These are the people you don't do this with. Now, there are 4 situations I can think of where being clear about your interests is important. The first would be any psychiatric professional or psychological professional. If you're seeing someone for any reason at all, you need to be honest about everything you're doing, no matter how embarrassing. And furry should not be the most embarrassing thing you're doing. So, any medical professional of the mind, let's put it that way, you need to be honest. The second would be your romantic partners. You need to be honest with them. And you see this happening a lot, where someone's kept the fandom hidden from their partner for years, and now they're having a problem. Well, no wonder you've been lying to them for years. That's not okay. So your romantic partners are a big deal. You need to be honest with them over what your interests are and what they aren't. Okay? It's not that hard. It can be scary, but it's not hard. If they have a big problem with you being a furry, due to misconceptions and stuff like that, you need to work out with them why they have the problem. Then you need to figure out, based on your knowledge of them, how to resolve it. Remember, they're your partner. You should know them better than anyone else. You should be able to figure out how to spin it in the good light. The next one would be only for minors. This is only for minors. If you're a minor and you were living in your parents' house and being a furry could jeopardize your living situation. And this is a thing, which is why I'm bringing it up. Sometimes parents will try to threaten their children with disowning them or kicking them out of the house because they're a furry, which is ridiculous. If this is the case for you, you're going to want to dispel the preconceived notions they have. This is important. And this is coming from someone who has dealt with some really stupid household situations. Not furry, but others. Far more serious others, actually, than just being a furry. You need to be able to dispel the rumor in their minds. And once again, you're the child. You know your parent better than you think you do. If you just sit there and think, and be calm about it, you will find the way to reach them. Think about their interests, for example. Are they Trekkies? Are they Star Wars fans? Do they like stamps? Or do they philattle? Which is the interest of stamps. I love that word. Any of these things can be used as an analogy to the furry fandom if you present it correctly. So, that's another situation where I believe it's important for you to deal with it. The last one is kind of a weird one, but still important in my eyes. If you are borrowing money, unless it's from a bank, if you are borrowing money to purchase a high-cost item, like a fursuit, from someone, you should be honest with them over what you're purchasing using their borrowed money. And what I mean by this is, say you go to your aunt, and you say, look, I want to make a purchase that I will pay back to you. I know you have the finances to assist me in this purchase. They may ask you, why? What do you need? Be honest with them. Don't lie and say that it's for a car or something like that when it's not. Because if they don't think that's something important for their money to go to, you have to respect that opinion. So, that doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Or, if you're a kid and you're borrowing your parents' credit card, you have to clear with them what you're doing. It's important. So that's another situation where, in my mind, it's important that you make clear what you're doing, what you're into. But with all these things, one thing still will remain clear. You never treat it like more than a hobby. You don't just go up to your parents like, Mom, Dad, I like philately. Yeah, I like stamps. You don't do that. This is how it really should be approached. I like animal cartoons. Confidence in yourself and your interests. That's what matters. Leave the buzzwords for later. They're not important. They're gonna get you nowhere. So, hopefully you can see the differences. And hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. Both from the side of people who think that it's utterly stupid to regard the furry fandom in any form of coming out, and for those who feel that's necessary for your particular situation. If you are looking for any advice over what to do, leave it in the comments down below. I'll try to help as best I can. With that, try your best, stay safe, don't do anything stupid, okay? Because saying the wrong thing will lead to the wrong result. I'll see you guys later. Bye!